Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Past Their Prime podcast. I'm your host Dan. I'm joined by
Chris,
Cole,
Dallas,
and by our special guest Jake. Jake, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How's everybody here doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm doing pretty good.
Doing
I'd say
alright.
I'm getting a strong sense of deja vu, though.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I want to bring something up. So this has been on my mind. The Game Awards are coming up, and we're all gamers, I'd like to think. That's on December 8th. And all these games that have been coming out are for the PlayStation or PC only. So I'll go through the list, and you guys can say which games you like, which ones you don't, which have you played, which you haven't. We have A Plague Tale Requiem, which I believe is a PS5 exclusive. Elden Ring. Never played that. God of War Ragnarok, which I heard was really great. Horizon Forbidden West. Stray, the game about the cat. And Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So, any thoughts about any of those games? Have you guys played any of them?
If those
there
are
anything that
the
you feel
best
missing?
games of the year, then I must have fell the fuck off because I've never played any of them.
Elden Ring was pretty good.
Elden Ring?
I
Are
don't
you
think I've played any
serious?
of them.
Yeah.
I sure bought Stray and Elden Ring. I haven't played them, but I sure bought them when they were on sale.
Damn, boy, we fell off.
I watched Lewis play Stray, and it looked pretty neat. I don't know if it's Game of the Year worthy, but
Well, I'll
Whatever.
say, Chris, like, we were big Xbox fanboys, and I think most of us here were. But most of these games are PS5 exclusives. God of War Ragnarok, Horizon.
that's
I
not
think, is
that's not exclusive. It's on PS4.
Not.
You said PS5 exclusive.
It's a fucking PlayStation exclusive, jerk off. Anyway, so a lot of these games are exclusive to the PlayStation Network, you asshole. So
Yeah,
we haven't
that.
played it, even though I would love to. I want to play God of War, the first God of War, but yeah, it's something also that I read is that an Xbox exclusive hasn't been nominated for the Game Awards in over 10 years, and I think the last one was
Wow.
probably like Halo Reach. Yeah, it's been 10 years, so that's kind of depressing.
I mean, most of them go to PC because they're the same company, so
Yeah.
that's kind of
Also,
like a
what
factor.
what Xbox exclusives are there now? I mean, I know recently, like, the Bethesda thing, right?
Yeah, but they're
what's
not
the
going to
new-
release a game for a while.
Well, next year is the Starfield, right? Is that the one?
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's
for
gonna
all,
be
the,
exclusive.
for all the PlayStation boys out there, go fuck yourself if you wanted that.
But other than that, I mean, what did they have? They had Gears of War,
Forza.
Forza.
Well, I think Xbox has kind of turned a new leaf a little bit where they know that they're not going to win the console war anymore. Like, they're not going to sell as many units at all ever. So they're kind of switching over to the Game Pass where they have everything on PC.
Yeah.
They have everything on streaming. Like, Halo is on PC. I don't think anyone really expected that to ever happen. So I think they've kind of switched gears a little bit, while PlayStation, I think, is a little stuck in that exclusive mindset. So,
Yeah, that whole gaming console thing is kind of lame. For those of you who haven't moved on, you should get yourself a PC.
well, you're not
Yeah,
an Xbox
for real.
fanboy anymore?
No,
PC Master
no. Ever since I got my Xbox stolen in the goddamn Navy, I'm never going back. I never looked back.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Speaking about games, we talked about this a little bit. Chris, Halo Forge came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Exceeds expectations. I think it's single-handedly saving the game. Jake, Dallas, and I were playing it for like over an hour, I'd say, and considering
it's a
we
couple
were not
hours, yeah.
able to play more than 15 minutes before people started making these maps, like,
My favorite thing about it was half the games we played were just other games on Halo. They just had Fall Guys.
I mean,
and
that's
racing
always
games.
been how it's
Like-
been, man. Like, Left 4 Dead
But-
on Halo
but-
3, like...
But the
Yeah.
Forge has gotten so good, it really was
It
just
is, yeah.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Like, if there was no difference.
But I mean, like, it's crazy what you're able to do now, and I think that could single-handedly, like, revive the game. We might be looking at, like, a Star Wars Battlefront 2 situation here.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
mean, not even to mention just the map editing, but the like the scripting and everything that you could do. We played that one soccer game,
Yeah.
and it was like an electric orb thing that you could hit with a hammer or a repulsor, I think it was, and it would go through the net. and it counted as points and things like that. No, it's never a thing before.
There was
you
also
could do.
that last game type that you
wild.
and I went out on with the weapons that were shooting all sorts of different junk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
like the
map
one that I
was
got like
insane.
the running riot on with a stalker rifle, but it also was a shotgun. It was nutty. Like the range of a stalker rifle with the damage of a shotgun.
I was loading up a map earlier today, and it was a remake of Ghost Town from Halo 3, which was really well done, and it was prop hunt. Just prop hunt. So I was a sandbag, and I was running around. I was like, how is this even fucking possible? So like I was phased into the ground. I was a sandbag, and then the other guy just was walking really slowly, and he killed me. I'm like, this is bonkers. So I don't know. I love Halo. I've loved Halo. I would love to see it revived, but being that there's only like 3,000 people playing it on Steam, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. But it without a doubt, I agree that the Forge is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild the way that Halo has just become Gmod with how much you can just create stuff in there. And
When in
like,
doubt, make your game in Gmod.
Just the
That's-
engine. They just
that
gave
should
us
be
the
their new
engine.
sale point. Let's get 1942 on Halo. All right, let's get it going.
The
So,
RP that
pull
we
out
used to
the-
play.
Dark RP.
Yeah, pull out the money printers.
God, Jake, do you remember how much time? I think Chris was
lot.
there too. We spent on the Purge maps on Gmod.
Purge maps.
Yeah, it was just all you would do is get a printer and then lock your door and just hope someone didn't come in and blow everything.
Oh yeah. Well, that was like most of those RP servers.
I remember just staying up to 3 a.m. playing those. It was bad. It was just,
Yeah.
like, dubstep would always be the intro song when you would load into the game. It was just like this really
Oh, yeah.
bad dubstep
And
remix.
it was.
And it takes you
way
30
too
minutes to
loud.
load into it.
Yep.
Because of all the
Still-
mods.
There's a Starship Troopers one I used to play, and I'm pretty sure I like have tinnitus from the loaded music. It was just the loudest shit I've ever heard in my life.
And for as long as you spend loading into the maps, there's sure are a lot of missing textures every time.
The big errors.
Error,
Dude,
the
I'm
sky
picturing-
isn't blue, it's just fucking purple and pink checkers.
Imagine loading into Halo Infinite. It's like $1 billion game. There's just error everywhere.
If only.
It's like, sorry, you'll have to buy the Halo Source mod pack. $10.
Switching gears a little bit. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. I just saw Glass Onion, but are there any movies that are on anybody's radar that they want to see? I know Black Panther just came out. I didn't see that, but
The movie that
Yeah,
solved
Chris-
racism.
Chris, what did you think of Black
Oh,
Panther?
you think I saw that?
Get your movie
That's
ticket?
wild. You're gonna get in trouble for that one.
I am probably one of the biggest Marvel fans here, but I'm just like, I think I'm done for a while. Like, it just, there's so much content, and I think She-Hulk broke me a little bit. Just like, there was no story, there was no arc. It was just like, what the fuck is
You
happening?
didn't like the twerking?
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews from Black Panther 2, and that's kind of what's keeping me out the theater. It's like a 3-hour experience.
They're all that now. Like, even like, Multiverse of Madness was like 3 hours, and it's just like,
You gotta be fucked
just
up, dude.
can't.
I'm not sitting there for 3 hours through a fucking superhero.
we already talked about this, like with the Irishman. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Unless like I have a real investment in this world, which I did. It's just like, I'm just exhausted. I think it's like, and there's no end in sight.
Yeah, excluding Spider-Man movies, which I could watch just 10 hours straight of, there's no need for 3 hours of Doctor Strange going, oh, I'll just cast this other spell. Because he doesn't, like, learn anything. He doesn't grow. He just,
sure
like,
doesn't.
oh, yeah, I'll just do this one now. Like, it's not like he has, like, a certain amount he can do or whatever, and he just
What gets
decides
me
to use a different spell.
is that all of these heroes basically became Iron Man over time. Like, they're all just snarky pricks. It's
Yeah.
just all the constant quips, and it's just kind of the same movie with a different skin every time. I've never really been into Marvel. I kind of fell off around, I want to say Ultron. Like, I still haven't watched Infinity War all the way through.
Which I think that's worth a watch. That and Endgame, I definitely think is worth a watch. But like, even I love filmmaking, and I love impressive filmmaking when it comes to cinematography and lighting. And while Marvel has the characters, they don't have any of that. I've never seen like a pretty Marvel movie. Maybe Doctor Strange a little bit with the CG, but now they're just becoming CG fests. Like the Batman, I think, was a good example of cinematography and color grading and all that stuff done right, even though it was another superhero movie on top of the billions that we have. But like I miss when movies were actually kind of artistic and not this gray drab color grading, because all the Marvels do that, and I think the worst offender is Civil War.
Yeah, watch out, Dan. Artistic movies are usually 3 hours long.
That's true, I guess. But
So Dan, you know a lot about the actual like logistics behind a lot of that stuff then?
I'm a film minor, so if you have any further questions, you can ask.
I'll revert that over to Dallas, because he was a major in history and a minor in film. So
And I'm rolling in money right now.
Well,
dude,
listen, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna tell
ask,
this. Go ahead,
does
Drake.
anyone know why in like 2006 to like 2009 every movie had like the worst problem with oversaturation?
It's because we
You
were
know what I'm talking
switching
about?
over. We were switching
Hurt
over to
Locker.
digital cameras.
So they just didn't work out the kinks yet?
No, it was because like the oversaturation was like seen as like I'm sure there was some kind of working out the kinks, but they thought it was stylish. They're like, oh, look at this mistake that I'm gonna leave in the film.
You know, I saw a lot of
Nice.
that. In.
Wow.
I was going back and watching the first season, or some clips of the first season of The Walking Dead, and they not have oversaturation, but like there's this weird film grain to it, and it kind of
Well,
just
yeah,
looks
it's
shitty. Like just
it's because
really shitty.
it's because Frank Darabont did the first 2 seasons, and he like every horror movie Frank Darabont does, he makes look shitty on purpose. Because I've seen him make beautiful movies. He just I guess he stopped watching horror movies in the 70s, and he's just like, oh yeah, that's what horror movies look like. They look like
Pick up where
shit.
I left off.
Yeah, and like he just is like, no, yeah, they don't have to look shitty. That's just the cameras they had when they made those. But he does it with The Mist too.
Yeah, I remember that was a good
And-
movie though. I like that.
Yeah, and his lighting and the Green Mile is also really awkward, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like brownish, right, the whole time.
It's kind of a. I think he was trying to go for like, oh, we're in the 1920s, so everything sucks, but you know, you can just make a normal movie. You could just light it
I
normal.
thought the 1920s were kind of cool, and it was like the 30s that started sucking.
I think the movie kind of was in both time periods.
I guess also the
They had, like, the
subject
flash
matter of that
forward
whole
scene,
movie
too,
is
right?
about like an electrocution, right?
It's about a magical black man who kisses a white woman, and then we kill him anyway.
Nuh-uh. There's no way
Yeah,
that's
it
what
sure
that
is.
movie's about.
We're
There's
watching,
no way.
dude. Have you not seen that
I have
movie?
not.
I'm
It's a
so
great movie.
excited to watch this. I've never seen a movie that like if this movie came out now, like all those guys at the quartering and stuff their minds would melt. They would just be this is cock shit. This is cock shit. They wouldn't be able to stop. It's insane. If you haven't seen the movie, spoilers, I'm going to talk about it.
That's fine.
But there
Like
is a
30 years
magical
ago.
black man, and he could cure. He only cures white people, but I guess he can cure anyone. But he can cure
Cures a
people
mouse.
by yes. But mice are white. But we can cure people, and I don't know. Then he coughs up crickets when he does it, and he goes over to this white guy's house, and his wife has cancer, and he kisses her, and then she's all good. So after spending the night with a giant black bull, she's all healthy and happy again.
Whoa.
I can picture Ben Shapiro ranting about not showing this to kids and how the woke agenda is grooming people after this movie coming out. If it was like 2021,
I
was
can't believe
great.
I didn't see that. This sounds insane.
dude, we're watching it. Don't worry, baby, we're gonna watch it together.
Magical giant
no
black dude spitting out crickets and kissing white woman. That's insane.
Yeah.
And then getting electrocuted for it. What does he get electrocuted
Yeah, and then-
for? Does he get electrocuted because of him kissing white woman?
No. You'll just watch the movie.
Okay.
We'll watch the movie.
Spoilers.
He
right?
hasn't,
Like,
yeah,
just-
but
watch
spoilers.
after
Spoilers. He.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Talk about getting in
That's
trouble.
getting cut.
I can't. The deeper and deeper we get in this hole, I can't segue out of it. I have nothing to like. Speaking of people being executed.
Oh, I got
what
a
the
segue.
All right, let's just go to a commercial break.
What does everyone here think about the?
just cut. I've been sending a whole bunch of memes to Cole And the only thing I send him on Instagram now is just those Ohio memes. And Chris, have you been sending those as well?
I have not, because I forgot I was supposed to also do that.
You got to do that. So I think I've bombarded him with about 30 Ohio memes. Just
Way to
saying
dox
how
me, dude. Thanks.
how shitty
You told everyone
You
last
piece of shit.
episode.
the state of Ohio
Nuh-uh.
is.
Beautiful?
You're an adult now, right, Cole?
No.
Are-
I'm 16.
yeah. You can't.
When you get a
dude,
parent
just
permission form to release this?
Imagine. Wait, 16 in Ohio is definitely adult. Your life expectancy is like 32.
Yo.
No, it's 34.
Is
actually.
Ohio a third world country?
Yeah.
No, we're second world
much.
technically. We're still
A
developing.
failed state within
Yeah,
the
and-
United States.
Atlanta is a third world country.
So is Baltimore.
No, Cleveland
it-
is a third world country.
Yeah. Did the UN come in and literally like state that Atlanta was a third world country? They stated some U.S. city was like on the same level as a third world country.
Probably Missouri.
Might be Detroit.
Jake, you never said where you're from. Where are you from?
I'm directly west of Ohio. I'm in Indiana.
What's the best thing about Indiana?
The best thing about Indiana
Not being Ohio.
it's so cool. It's so cool. If you're ever like in Indiana, you're like, oh man, I'm not
I
in
love
Ohio.
corn.
It's great.
Dude, so it's like imagine just being in the middle of Indiana and just being like, I love corn, and just how stoked you're gonna be for the next 4 hours in any
Well,
direction.
For about 8 months out of the year, you're in paradise. Yeah.
It's like that little kid, that corn meme that came out a couple weeks ago. Jake, you
also-
are... Go ahead and tell us.
Indiana has, or at least Indianapolis has a ridiculous amount of those cool electric scooters laying
Oh
around
my
everywhere.
god, hell yeah.
That's true.
That
The
was
numbers,
insane.
the numbers dropping by the day, but there are still a lot of cool ones.
Like,
Yeah,
you still busted them up.
yeah, they're
Still
getting,
dumping them in
they
that
get beat up.
canal.
How many people have you think died on those?
Dude,
There has to be a lot with people like Riley driving around.
yeah, when our gang was riding around Indianapolis together, I'm amazed no one got hit. Like, no one had a close call.
Just zipping
I was with
in
someone that got
between
hit.
traffic. Were you? Were you
Yeah,
also on a scooter?
I was on a scooter. He was in front. The guy was in front of me. We were in costumes. We were on our way to a Halloween party, and we were pulling out in front of an alley, and he was and some dude wasn't looking. I mean, my buddy had the clear right away, but car pulled out.
The scoot, right?
And yeah, the student right away. That's the law. But he like did a flip pretty much over the hood of the car and left the scooter behind, and like Dukes of Hazzard slid over the bumper or over the hood, and then the driver and him just stared at each other, and then we just kept going.
We just kept scooting.
I've been thinking about those scooters. Next time we hang out somewhere, obviously we're gonna scoot.
Have you
know,
never
I think
seen
we-
those before?
I haven't, man.
I've
They
seen
don't
one
last
before,
long.
but like,
they don't.
I never bothered using them.
Dude,
Me neither.
I'm from St. Louis, baby. Those do not last long here. Those
Dude,
shit were
I
on
had to-
bricks like day 3.
I had to have dropped at least $70 on that scooter the whole weekend. It
Yeah,
was
and
bad.
Oh, yeah.
You just kept
then we
adding
found
up.
out there's a day pass that was like $10. And we're like, awesome. We could save money if like some of us wore Heelys and then just grabbed on to the scooter.
That would be, oh my god.
That's the move.
You know, they
That
have
would be awesome.
things like the scooters, but they're bikes, and you can get like a tandem bikes. Is that the one with the two?
Oh, no
two-seaters?
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They,
Do you
they
have to pedal?
at least one person.
want Cole
yeah,
on my
that's how
bike.
bikes
Oh.
work.
I want to straddle Cole on my bike.
No, I called them.
But yeah, they're like stands set up around
Damn
downtown.
it!
Why me? What?
New York City has those everywhere. They're city bikes, and they're actually just introducing electric ones as well, and they're menaces. It's really bad.
Let's go to New York
The
for this
problem,
trip.
the problem with the city bikes though is you have to dock them at specific docks, so you can't just like drop it where you want. Like the scooters, you can just like park it in an alley. and
Yeah.
you need
Dude,
to, like,
it was
dock
a-
it every time.
It was amazing just like riding up somewhere on a scooter and just not even breaking pace. Just ride up, hop
So
off, take a
good.
picture of bullshit, and just keep walking.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
don't have
Grab a
to-
slice of pizza, scoot away.
Yeah.
No hesitation. I've been wanting to buy one because like I have an electric bike, so I take my electric bike from my house to the train station, and I'm like, I want a scooter.
Dude, someone almost
you
ran
take
me
it with
over
you.
with one of those fucking scooters in my dorm. Like, I was just walking down the hallway towards the elevator. I had my headphones on. This guy rounds the corner, and he's zipping. I hear something. I turn around. I hit the fucking wall. This guy almost falls off his scooter. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, why the fuck are you scooting indoors, my guy? I live on the 4th floor. You almost caught me immediately out my door. Like...
I can't tell you how many people I see scooting in Penn Station. Like, I get off my train and they're just fucking zooming. I'm like, where you going? You got to go up an escalator anyway. So
It's the new Segway.
Oh,
It's the new Segway.
did I tell you guys that I have one of those at work?
No.
At my
Scooter?
shop? Yeah, at our shop we have one. Someone bought it because his workstation is on the other side of the shop from the parts department. He doesn't want to walk all the way down there because he's pretty old. So he just rides a scooter down there and just puts all his parts on the handlebars and brings it back. I always go down there and steal his scooter, and he
Hey,
gets
Greg,
mad at
can
me.
you pass me the radiator? Scoots over. No problem, Tim. Jake, you're a mechanic.
Yes, I am.
Jake, you have nothing to say about this, which is completely fine. But have you dealt with a lot of people with missing catalytic converters in Indiana? Because that has become a huge problem in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was a problem everywhere. It still is a big problem. But actually, the funny thing about that is there's a guy who has like his own little miniature shop thing that he runs and sells cars that he gets for really cheap, and he has a thing for Priuses, and he buys old Priuses, and he'll cut the catalytic converter off of them, bring them to our shop to get work done that he wants done for cheap. And then we always have to work on these salvage title beat to death Priuses that are just as loud as monster trucks because they don't have catalytic converters. They're supposed to be silent, but they're just screaming through the shop.
What do they even steal those for?
They're worth so much money.
Yeah, they have.
Are they? They're just...
Wow. The filters. That's basically what catalytic converters are. They're basically filters, and they have 3 precious metals in them. And
that's what they're-
when
metals.
COVID hit, all the mines that produce those metals shut down.
Yep.
So
You can't have slaves working in a mine. They got to be 6 feet apart.
That just kind of reminds me of, like, stealing AC units for the
I'm
copper.
getting in trouble.
There's a lot of cool stuff you could just steal for basic parts and scrap.
it's true. Yeah.
Dude, I had an exhaust leak on my 2002 Ford Escape back when I was in like high school, and people would say like, it sounded like a monster truck was about to pull up, and then I pull up in my little mom car.
That's awesome.
That's badass.
It's so weird because like my brother just got a PS5, and you still fucking can't walk into a store and get one of those. It's just like it's impossible. It's like maybe it's easier online, but like I wanted one for the first 2 weeks it came out, and that was in 2020, I think November 2020, and then like that they were all gone because of the bots, and I was like, fuck this. I want to play 2 games on it, which I could play on a used PS4, which I did, and that was it. But it's still crazy you still can't get one.
Just shortages of every kind once Elon Musk shut down those cobalt mines, man. It's crazy.
It's because Japan hates making money. Every Japanese company, they hate making money. They won't stop. Like, They just go out of their way. It's like, why have you not opened up 10 more factories to make Nintendo Switches? You still can't buy them. Like
we have to make this work.
They probably straight up don't have the space over there, dude.
Chris has been
you know
there.
what makes so
packed.
aggravating is that like 90% of people who play Nintendo just want to play old Nintendo games, and it's like, dude, why is half your Nintendo department not just working, hitting 10 buttons to make it like compatible? Because it's already digital. It's already digital on the Wii and the Wii U and the whatever Wii 10,000. It can't be that hard to move it to the Switch. I don't believe you.
but
Why can I not
money.
play? Why can I not play Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on the Nintendo Switch?
Because
What's
money.
going on,
So-
Nintendo?
So weird. Like, well, they had like the 3-pack, which was like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and then I think Odyssey. And
Not
then they're
Paper
like,
Mario's 1,000
Paper
year door.
you know, and they're like, buy it before it's gone forever. And I'm like, how the fuck? Why are you taking
I know.
this away? I'm like,
Well,
so
don't
now
worry,
you can't
it'll
buy
come
it.
back. They've been releasing the same fucking game for 56 years. Like,
Yeah, no, they've just been McRibbing us from day one. Like, since they made the second Nintendo, half their business model was remaking the old Nintendo games.
and then vaulting them.
Oh.
And yet they don't recreate their best, most popular game of all time, Wii Sports. Why can't we get a remaster of that? You know, it's the best-selling game I
That's
think of
the
all time
only-
behind like Tetris,
That's the only Wii game I ever played.
because it came with every single Wii.
I played Black Ops on the Wii, and it had a little gun thing with it.
Yeah, if they don't remake Paper Mario, you want to hear something really fucking stupid? So I didn't even want a Nintendo Switch because the only game I want to play on it is Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door. And then I went on YouTube and I was like looking at some stuff up, and there's a little video, and I clicked it. It was an ad. It was a whole preview for Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door coming to Nintendo Switch for the 20th anniversary. It looked awesome. They had bonus content and it had the Nintendo logo. The description to the video is all talking about how this is going to happen. And then, so I went and I was like, okay, I'll buy a Nintendo Switch. And then like 2 months later, I'm like, I wonder when that comes out. And I look it up. It's a fucking fan trailer. Some asshole fan posted it, made this amazing looking trailer, posted it, and didn't put anything in it, being like, yeah, this is just a mock-up or anything. I now just have a Nintendo Switch in my room. The only thing I've ever done on it is play fucking Pokemon Arceus for 10
You gotta play
minutes.
Mario
Get your
Odyssey.
news
I don't want
from
to be
Truth
negative
Social.
here, but did you buy a several $100 console based on one?
Absolutely.
Video
That's
game ad?
exactly what he just
Yes.
said.
We all do. We
I
all
don't know,
bought
man.
Xboxes for fucking Halo.
You wanna know what makes it worse? I already own a GameCube and a copy of Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door. I just wanted to be able to play it on the go.
in HD.
Now
I
I
Switch 2. I
That's
talked about it last
wild.
week. Probably the
You
worst
know,
investment of my entire life.
You should feel bad about that.
Wow.
though.
I was wrogged. I'm the victim here.
No,
I think the Switch is the best console.
I'm the victim.
that's rampant consumerism. That's your
it
fault.
was like shortly after my first paycheck, but
You gotta play Mario Odyssey, and you gotta play Breath of the Wild.
I'm never
Absolute
spending-
bangers.
They even called it an announcement trailer.
We'll drop the link and we'll let everyone else judge you.
I'm dropping the link right here.
Chris, have you played any, like, besides Pokemon, were you ever play any, like, Nintendo games?
Fuck no.
There you go. But you were the big Pokemon fan back in the day.
Yeah, Pokemon is the shit, but I mean, like, it's also the same game forever, so you know, I don't really need to
Yeah.
get the new ones.
Everyone's favorite Pokemon?
Mine would be Haunter.
Commander.
Haunter? Alright.
I was gonna say
Anyone?
Gengar.
Gengar?
I like Gengar.
Haunter and Gengar.
He's
What
just a
about
big
you?
fat doofus.
He does look really dumb.
He's just a goofy dude.
I really liked Arcanine because I liked the idea of having a dog that was also a flamethrower. It seemed pretty useful.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
None for Jake. Jake, is there anyone that sticks out to you?
I don't. The only one I could really ever remember. I don't know if I got the name right, but it was like Magmar or something like that. Like
Yeah.
not a great.
Is that
one, but
Is that a fucking Gen 2? How do you only remember a Gen 2 Pokemon? That's wild.
I don't know, man.
What a random person, like, oh, I only know one Pokemon. It's like, it's Pikachu,
It's
right?
Numel.
Nope. It looks like a little acorn with eyes. It's like, what?
It was. I mean, is he a cool Pokemon? Is that a cool one?
Sure
He's
isn't.
fine. He's got a cool hat.
Okay.
I mean, he's got some fucking thick ass thighs from what I remember.
That's what was cool about him. That's what stuck
And a
out to me.
big ass forehead.
Thunder
I was like,
thighs.
this guy kicks me. It's
Yeah.
all over.
My
Definitely
favorite
does not
Pokemon
skip
is
leg
C
day.
Dot.
All right. Well, we're about time. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about before we jump off?
Clash of Clans, join our clan, guys.
Fuck.
Shut up.
Kim
shut
and
up, shut up.
Jimmy. We'll post a link.
I know in the first episode we said that we hadn't lost a war yet.
We have
And
I
lost
don't think that
a
we've
lot.
won.
We
I
have
don't think
lost
we've
a
won
lot.
since that
We
episode.
need help.
So,
We need help. We're asking for we're asking for help.
we are
here.
begging for your help on our knees.
And
Well, on a last note, I want to encourage everybody to go over to onyxringstudios.com. Jake, you as well, to make a profile, talk about whatever you want. We got a profile chat, post a podcast there every day. Hopefully we can make it a little bit more lively.
I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Did we talk about historical reenactments yet?
We talked about that on, I think, the third episode.
I think it was the third episode. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. We should do that.
Let's talk about it next week. Jake,
Yeah,
thank
alright.
you for joining us. You're welcome back anytime.
I won't be back.
All right, that's all we got. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
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 See ya.